Well, hello, folks. I'm LA Little, and this is today's short take. It's no stretch to say as Apple goes, so goes the market. Apple yesterday changes trend, goes to sideways, gets over the swing point high. But don't lose track of what's really happening here. Apple is doing a bearish retest regenerate off this prior swing point low. This is what's going on. It got over it yesterday, came back within it, topped there yesterday, 115.42, closes 115.31. Apple hasn't been able to get over that. And why is that important? Well, because if Apple gets over it, then the trend that has been going this way would be changing to a sideways trend. And that's on this time frame, the daily time frame. So I think that's where the focus needs to be is can Apple get over that price point? If we switch it to a weekly view, you can see here that Apple, as it tries to get over that area, the next test would be up here, these swing point lows. So if Apple can get the move going, keep it going, then the target becomes a little bit higher, and that kind of changes the picture. Apple is the tech market. Without Apple moving higher, tech is not going to move higher. In fact, tech earnings are actually negative this year if it were not for Apple. Here's or actually not the year, but the quarter. Here's the monthly chart, on Apple. This actually looks pretty good. You got a bullish retest region. So in other words, you go more than 6 bars, you come back in, you test in. That's almost always a buy. Here's the volumes there, the volumes over here. There's really no comparison. That keeps Apple in a nice little range up here at the top at worst, and that is such a big part of why this market probably is not going to sell off in a huge way, not at least until Apple comes back down and breaks on a monthly that swing point low, a swing point high. That is today's short take.